Hi there everybody. Okay, so on request I'm doing a demo video today of how to send positive energy to friends and family or whoever may be ill or not going through a very good time right now and you want to send some positive energy to them. This was a requested video after I did that one post. I don't know if you guys saw, you probably remember that I had a candle with a big rose similar to this one and a lot of beautiful flowers and stuff around it, and I said sending positivity out to anyone who's not feeling well, anyone who's ill or just needs good vibes right now. So it was requested that I show you a video of how to do this, and here we go. Alright, so the fundamental thing is that you want to first of all realize that this is all about your intent, your energy, and the symbolism behind everything. Alright, we give people flowers as a gesture. It's love. We sometimes give people specific flowers because we know yellow roses mean friendship, or red roses mean love, white roses mean peace, whatever the case is. I might not have got those right. But that's basically the intent behind it. You can use anything you want. If you pick up a pine cone that you feel like you want to use, go into the garden and pick different flowers. If you're not a flower person, use rocks. Whatever it is, it's all about you. It's about your intent, what you know is meaningful to you and meaningful to those people, and what you feel is going to work. Okay, it's all about your intent and what you feel is going to be effective. Okay, you also don't have to do this as rigidly as what I'm showing you here. You don't have to have the same colors. You don't have to do it in the exact same manner. You just do what you feel is right and what works for you. That's the most important thing, and that is always the right way. Okay, there's no rigidity required here. So the first thing I have that works for me is I work on a tray like this. It doesn't have to be a silver tray. Whatever tray, square tray, wooden tray, no tray, doesn't matter. I just do it so that if I do this somewhere, for instance, and I want to move it and I feel, oh, you know what, I'd love to actually have this in the kitchen or wherever, I can pick it up and I can move the whole thing that I've done. Alright. Then I usually do a candle because candles emit energy. We can put intent into them. This one is not wanting to work with me, so what I need to do is just make sure it stays in there. That's why it's been burnt before, and I don't think I'm going to have very good luck with it actually staying lit because I'm outside in the garden. But I'm just dropping a little bit of wax in quickly just so it stands up nicely. But what I would do is I would have a candle. Sometimes a white candle is nice for purity. If you look into meanings of colors, you know, a pink candle could mean love. You could do a green candle that sometimes is meant to represent money because money is supposed to be green. Whatever it means to you as well, please, again, don't be rigid about it. If a yellow candle has a specific meaning for you, or the color yellow has a specific meaning for you, so be it. It should not be lit at this point, okay? I'm just standing it up. Alright, so I have a candle in a candle holder. I just do this because it's aesthetically pleasing for me. I'm actually going to move this camera down a little bit. You don't have to look at my face all the time. It's better if you can see what's going on here. Okay. So we have the candle. I then went into the garden and I picked a couple of things. I picked my rose, which seemed to be what everybody really loved about the last working that I did. Alright, it's almost dying because I get into trouble if I pick them before, and I do feel bad if I pick them before, but it's still, it's at its full bloom. I think it's really beautiful. So this is something that is pink, shows love, it's beauty, it just shows, you know, it's got that loving, nurturing kind of energy about it. So I picked the rose, I picked some lavender. This is one of my go-tos. Depends what you want to send to these people, okay, and what you intend for them. Lavender can be very calming and soothing. So if somebody is very, very stressed or they're not feeling well, who can't do with a little bit of this in today's society, you know? This is just lovely. Some people don't like the smell of it, but that's not what it's about today. Alright, we want to use things that are aesthetically pleasing, look beautiful when you're finished, so that you look at it and it gives you like a good feeling, a positive feeling. That's what you're actually after. It wants to give off positive energy, so it must be beautiful and it must have good intent behind it. I picked some cedar. Cedar is known to be protective. It's used in some of the smudge sticks, like the earlier video I did a couple of weeks ago. I think it was weeks or months, possibly. So I've decided to do a little row of cedar to symbolize a circle of protection around them. Okay. so that everyone I care about or love is protected. Everything is about symbolism. I'm putting this in a circle because I'd like to encircle them in love and protection. So you just think of even metaphors that you'd like to apply, and how am I going to symbolically display that. That's what this is about. Alright, symbolism and intent. I've got some marigold. It's a very sad little marigold because they're dying down. It's winter over here, or it's autumn at least, or fall. My cat's coming to photobomb. He likes to be around me when this happens. Okay, so marigold is supposed to be prosperity, money, good fortune. If that's what you wish for these people, it's a good flower to use. And just, gold money, green money, all that kind of symbolism. So I didn't have 2 marigolds, so I'm just using that to maybe put a little bit of balance again, aesthetically pleasing. I've also got some, I always forget what it's called when I want to do a video, and I do know what it's called, bougainvillea. Alright, a bougainville, just to also, again, aesthetically pleasing. If you want the energy to be strong, you sometimes will use the color red, because you want it to be strong, and that is the color of fire. If you want that fiery energy. Also, you're using a candle, which is the element of fire. So if you want to bring in that fiery energy, you want to give somebody strength, resolve, all of that, it's a good idea. I've taken some rosemary. Rosemary can be very good medicinally. It can be antibacterial and antifungal. If you're fighting disease or illness, it's great. I've also made sure that I pick some with flowers in them, again, to make it pretty, aesthetically pleasing. That's what the rosemary, this is the proper rosemary, alright? This is Rosmarinus officinalis. That's the one that can be used for medicinal purposes, just as a side note. If you ever want to use it, it's not good for high blood pressure though. It's fantastic for low blood pressure. You can put it in your bath, you can drink it as a tea, but it has to be Rosmarinus officinalis. The lavender is Lavandula angustifolia. You can use it for medicine. You can't use the other nursery type lavenders. Alright, here I decided to do something a little bit different. When you're working with energy, usually your left hand side is quite receptive, your right hand side is giving. So things you want to bring in, you put on the left hand side sometimes, and if you want to cause a sort of an energy of bringing in and sending out, you can bring in health, send out sickness, you can bring in beauty, send out anything that's not beautiful or wholesome. And in this case, I decided to pick 1 or 2 leaves that looked like autumn leaves with the red coloring and the yellow. I don't know how nicely you can see there, but this is to represent autumn, represent the leaves falling, represent out with the old and in with the new, letting go. When the leaves fall, they are shedding. The trees are shedding their old energy, making place for spring to come and for the new energy to come in. Alright, so I'm using this as symbolism for that, for fall, what they call in the States fall or autumn, for the energy to go out. So if it's going out, I'd put it on the right hand side. If it's coming in, I put it on the left hand side. I'll do that in a minute. You can also use anything else. You can use crystals. So I've brought a few with to show you. If you're wanting to get rid of negative energy, it's very good to use black. This is black tourmaline. You can use onyx, you can use jet. Any black stone is usually really, really good to get rid of negative energy. So if somebody's feeling sick or they're feeling very negative, people are fighting, it's a good thing to try and use this as a symbolism to get rid of that negativity. Alright, you can use other little symbols. This is clear quartz, but it's a heart. So if you want to send love, you can do that, so that the minute you look at what you've done, you say, oh yes, I'm sending out love. Leave little symbols and things that trigger you to get the emotions going of what you'd like to send out. Yes, I'm sending out love, I'm sending out beauty because I've picked all these beautiful flowers. I'm sending out good health because the rosemary is there. I'm sending out calm because of the lavender. It reminds you, and every time you look at it, it reinforces what you're trying to send out. Alright, there's I've got some blue lace agate just to show you. Blue is very good for like your throat chakra, if somebody's got something wrong here, laryngitis, throat cancer, if somebody that you feel is oppressed and doesn't feel like they're being heard or they can't express themselves, this is a good stone to use. Somebody who needs to be speaking up for themselves and standing up for themselves. this is a good stone to use. Rose quartz is always lovely. It's pink. I don't know if you can see in this light. Rose quartz is the stone of love. It works on your heart chakra. It sends out love. It heals the heart that is closed off. Excellent. It's good for bringing in harmony into the home or into relationships. I think this is an essential for this kind of work, all right, for what you're trying to send out today. Labradorite is beautiful. I'm going to do my best to see if you can see that in the light nicely. This is probably my favorite stone. I also have a pendant with labradorite. I wear it all the time. Labradorite can be very protective because it's a reflective stone. That's something important to remember. Protection, you want to reflect things away from you, like other people's negativity, illness, etc. Anything that reflects. Tiger's eye. Any kind of tiger's eye. The blue tiger's eye, the normal tiger's eye. They reflect and send things away that are not positive. Okay. There are a lot of different attributes to different stones and colors and plants. So if I were you, if it's something specific you want to do, I would do a little bit of research to see what I want to incorporate. Bloodstone can be very, very good for grounding. You can use carnelian for grounding. If you feel this person's a bit up in the air, you'll even notice it with people where they literally look like they're falling over. They're not balanced when they walk. That is that they are not feeling centered. They're not balanced. So they're sort of falling over their own feet because they're feeling out of balance. They're feeling out of sorts. Something's not going very well in their lives. You want to give them balance and grounding and bring that back. You can even do that in the way that you actually position everything, make sure it's in balance so that it looks nice, aesthetically pleasing and balanced, and say that's also what I wish for this person. Okay, so let's get cracking. So what I said I was going to do, let me just see if I can make this a little bit lower without it falling over on me. Okay, so what I said I was going to do is I'm going to do a circle of cedar. Not forgetting that I'm going to put my candle in the center. Alright, I almost thought I didn't bring enough, but I did. Okay, and while you're putting it down, think of these things. You can say a little prayer. If you're into praying, it doesn't matter what your religious persuasion is, alright? You can pray to God, the angels, whatever deities you're into, the universe, it doesn't matter. You are asking and sending out energy for this person from yourself. I wish this for so-and-so. Okay, this is what I wish to send them. Love, peace, balance, protection, good health, whatever it is that you can think of. I'm now intentionally putting the lavender there, and I'm wishing them calm and peace in their lives so that they don't feel harried and stressed, because we all need this in today's lifestyle that we run, where we're very stressed out. You wish them peaceful sleep, whatever the case is. All right, I'm doing this very loosely, but you will sit and do your intent. The longer you take, the better. Or if you're in a hurry, that's fine. As long as you've intended this, that's all it's about. Okay, I'm now putting the rosemary in, which heals all kinds of infection. It also is a great cleanser. It's lovely to burn in the house to cleanse. So there's all sorts of attributes you can put into that. You then put whatever you want. If you want to put some of the stones in, I'm sending love. Love can always be sent to anybody. Alright, and you position them nicely. Position them so there's balance. Love, grounding, protection. You can put it on top. Again, protection. Let's balance those two out of opposite each other. Freedom to express themselves. And if there's anything wrong to say, you know, this is what's wrong, be outspoken about it. And sending out love and good energy, healing of the heart chakra. If somebody has pain or suffering or they've lost a loved one, you can send that out to them to actually heal their heart. Alright, and then we have the yellow flowers. So we have, I can't remember what this is called. I think it's an African daisy of sorts, but I don't know what the other name for it is. And then your marigold. I wish them prosperity. If they are battling with their health and they've had huge medical bills, you know, you can send something out for that. And then, like I said, you can also either put this on the right-hand side because you're sending that energy out, or just place it here and say, these represent things that they are letting go of, old energy that needs to pass and fall away, because obviously also these leaves will die off faster than others. Alright, so this represents letting go, a symbolic death of the hard times they're having, whatever you want to add to that. Alright, and then once you've done everything, oh, how can I forget my rose? Alright, the rose is sweet smelling. In a lot of different religions, they say bring sweetness in your life, put fruit and that kind of thing into it as well. It's aesthetically pleasing, it's beautiful, it's a symbol of love. So is the color pink that goes with the heart chakra, all of that. And then basically you are done. But don't forget, you can put anything you want into here, okay? So I'm going to try and tilt it a little bit just to show you what it looks like once everything's done. Okay, it's entirely up to you how you do this, what you do with it. But you make something beautiful that you want to send out to other people. You send them beauty, love, good wishes, calm, peace, prosperity. And then what you do is you light your candle and you can sit for a while and you can pray over it. You can send more intent. You can sit with your hand. It's very unbalanced at this point. Sit with your hands over the flame and just send this intention. Use your whole being to say a prayer for them. Imagine that energy going up with the flame and going up into the ether, that it will eventually reach them and they will receive what you're sending out for them. Okay, and I do suggest that you leave the candle to burn out completely. I always feel that it's incomplete, or, you know, a bit, it's just not right to blow it out abruptly and leave it, unless you have to leave the house and you have full intent of when you return home to light it again to remind you of what you're doing, and again you say, I'm just reinforcing what I'm doing here. Okay, if you have any other questions or comments, please let me know. I'm happy to help. If you have a suggestion of what you'd like to maybe do for somebody and you're a little bit unsure about it, I am happy to give some guidance over there. Alright, otherwise, if you'd like to contact me in any other way, you can go to the link in my Instagram bio. You can go to www.eiroasis, it's E-I-R, oasis.com, or you can find me on Facebook. And obviously I'll put some links below for anybody who'd like to book a private reading with me or would like to see testimonials. All of the links will be there for anything that you're looking for. Alright, I wish you a beautiful week ahead or weekend, depending on when this uploads, and take care. I hope you found this helpful. Bye-bye.